Today I'll be focusing on four main topics. 1. The miracle of iron. Second, the use of molten copper. Third, the formation of petrol. Fourth, the barrier between two seas. The miracle of iron. Iron is one of the elements which is highlighted in the Quran in Surah Hadid, verse number 25. وَأَنزَلْنَا الْحَدِيدَ فِيهِ بَعْسٌ شَدِيدٌ وَمَنَافِعُ لِلنَّاسِ. And we send down iron, in which is material for mighty war, as well as many benefits for mankind. The word anzalna is translated as send down, and it is used for iron in this verse could be thought to have a metaphorical meaning to explain that iron has been given benefit for people. But today we realize that this verse implies to a very significant scientific miracle, because modern astronomical findings have disclosed that iron found in our world has come from giant stars in the outer space. Also, I would like to highlight the fact that the word hadid in Arabic has a value of 26. In the periodic table, the atomic number of iron is 26. وَمَنَافِعُ لِلنَّاسِ also means has many benefits for mankind. Here are some health benefits of iron for humans, which include treats anemia, boosts hemoglobin, reduces fatigue, boosts immunity, improves concentration, and restores sleep. The use of molten copper. It is mentioned in Surah Saba, verse number 12. وَأَسَلْنَا لَهُ عَيْنَ الْكِتْرِ. And we made a fount of molten copper flow out for him. One of Allah's greatest blessings to Prophet Solomon was a fount of molten copper. This can be understood in several senses. By the use of melted copper, it may be referring to an existence at his time of an advanced technology that employed electricity. We know that copper is one of the best metals for conducting electricity and heat, and thus constitutes the basis of electrical industry, which uses much of copper produced in the world. The expression flow out may indicate that the electricity can be used in many different fields. The formation of petrol. It is mentioned in Surah Alaq, verse number 1 to 5. Sabbih isma rabbikal a'la, allazi khalaqa fasawwa, wallazi qaddara fahada, wallazi akhrajal mar'a, faja'alahu ghusa'an ahwa. Glorify in the name of your Lord the Most High. He who created and molded, he who determined and guided, he who brings forth green pasture and makes from it blackened stubble. As we all know, petrol forms from the remains of plants and animals in the sea once these have decayed in the seabed after millions of years. All that is left is an oily substance. These, under layers of mud and rock, turn into petrol and gas. Through this description, we know that the Quran was revealed about 1400 years ago. At this time, the formation of petrol was unknown to people. This indicates without a doubt that the Quran is a revelation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The barrier between two seas. It is mentioned in the glorious Quran, وَالَّذِي مَرَجَ الْبَحْرَيْنِ هَذَا عَذْبٌ فُرَاتُ وَهَذَا مِلْحٌ أُجَاجٌ وَجَعَلْنَا بَيْنَهُمَا بَرْزَخًا وَحِجَرًا مَهْجُورًا. Verse number 35. And it is Allah who has let free the two seas, kinds of water, ocean and river, one palatable and sweet, and the other salt and bitter. And Allah has set a barrier and a complete partition between them two. Through chemistry, we come to know that the Mediterranean water enters the Atlantic over Gibraltar and moves several hundred kilometers into the Atlantic at a depth of 1,000 kilometers in its own warm, saline, and less dense characteristics. We come to know that a difference in the salinity density, and less dense characteristics does not allow the two seas to mix in one another. This is also one of the greatest miracles of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the glorious Quran. I just mentioned very few of the many facts mentioned in the glorious Quran. The Quran is not a book of chemistry or science, but science and chemistry are a part of the Quran. The Quran contains a complete code of life for individuals and societies. Alhamdulillah, the Quranic way of life is far more superior than the isms that modern man has invented out of sheer ignorance. And who could give better guidance than the Creator himself?